That's the map. So, where we left off, Amy was kidnapped. Probably.
Oh, no.
Maybe. Actually, I don't know where Amy is.
Well, she's got a whole campaign. Probably she wasn't kidnapped, unless she finds a way out of her own cell or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so there was vehicular homicide.
Yep.
Over here.
Or is it Hedgehog side?
Oh. Employee card, I can get into this building? Which building?
Probably the one right in front of you.
That's the station. That's the hotel. I could get into the hotel anyway.
Oh.
If it turns out to be that, I'm going to be such an idiot. Ah, here we go.
Ah, perfect.
This one.
Success! Once again!
Cybermetric. Sure, why not?
Yeah. I like how you're still holding it even though the ID check is done.
Yeah. I think this is the level that got into Sonic Generations.
Oh.
Rescue the animals!
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely more than 7 levels. I completely missed that one up.
Okay, I'm just gonna mention this. What they just did with this was actually really cool. If you're holding forward, your running speed, when you just hit that, that speed boost platform, it goes right in tune with the music. Like, it starts, which is when you're speeding up a little bit, and then it starts going as soon as you hit the speed boost. So
That's cool.
I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was, that was badass.
It could be intentional, it could be this accidental thing.
Yeah, you never know with Sonic.
Yeah, you never know.
A lot of it's very sloppy, but either way, it was cool, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Oop.
It's just like Dark Souls.
Yeah, we just rung the Bell of Awakening.
Yep.
We didn't beat the and we didn't beat the Humbug doesn't know yet, because he hasn't gotten that far.
Nope.
He's getting his shit wrecked.
Yep.
You're gonna go hollow. You're still going hollow. But we need to stop. We need to stop. We're talking about Sonic. We're talking about Sonic and Furries.
Sonic and Furries.
Yup.
Oh, you keep going up.
Well, you know, this is the thing that is very reminiscent of the old Sonic games. They have like the high path and the low path.
Yeah.
And if you fuck up on the high path, you still get to go to the low path.
Yep.
You know, assuming you don't fall to your immediate death.
Right.
And the high path is usually the faster of the two paths.
Uh-huh.
Unless the level is going down. Oop. Oop,
Oh,
oop,
neat.
Oop, hold on.
What are you trying?
There we go.
Oh, okay.
That looks way cooler if you just immediately get it.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I got it as it's taking off, not it's waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a set piece.
Yep.
And then you have this rocket that doesn't make any goddamn sense. You know, fuck it.
Where was Sonic? It looked like he was holding the back of the rocket. That would have toasted him.
Well, you know how you said the voice actor for Tails must be like 6?
Yeah.
I think he's also the writer for this game.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Jet. Oh, I'm down here now.
Uh-oh.
Even when I fucked up, I kind of did it right.
Yeah.
Whee!
We're about to need to switch controllers.
Yeah, oh well, whatever. This is actually one of the better sections of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, assuming the camera would make up its goddamn mind.
And once again, the music fits it. And that one I know was intentional because you couldn't do anything else.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the Sonic music is really shitty. It's bad. But this game, it's kind of bad in an enjoyable sort of way.
Yeah. It works with the game. Like, that's the important part.
Yeah, it does...
Yeah. I like how you're, like, not taking any damage.
Yeah, like I said, the game has janky controls, but it knows it has janky controls.
Yeah.
So it's forgiving. I'm pretty sure this is where Knuckles' first level is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is the kind of cool thing about this game. It reuses a lot of the assets really well.
Uh-huh.
And because all the characters play so radically different from one another...
Yeah,
that
different places.
Yeah, it feels totally different, even if it is the same level and the same models.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, that's what you should be doing with a limited budget.
Yeah. Because Sonic here, it's all about just go fast, get to the end of the level.
Yep.
Like, Big probably has the weirdest of all the level designs.
Because he's big.
Well, not just that. Haha, second Bell of Awakening. Not just because he's big, but because the entire goal of his levels is they're all fishing minigames.
Oh.
and you need to go fish your frog. Or, like, something specific.
Okay.
And this is the nuts part. Mm-hmm. In order to get to the true final boss of this game, you have to play through all of the different characters.
Yeah.
And all of them have a section in the final boss.
Okay. And
his section is just, you need to fish this thing out of the final boss. This thing is powering up the final boss too strong. What are we gonna do? Oh, do it!
Awesome. I can see why everybody loved Big.
Oh, man. I love Big. Unironically, I love Big.
Yeah.
He was my favorite.
I don't actually know anything about him other than that he uses Duke Nukem's voice actor.
Oh my god, he's John St. John?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I honestly don't know where I'm supposed to be going.
Place.
Yeah. Not there, not there. I didn't hear it say go to the what's it.
Yeah. Do you not have a pop-up? Oh, you don't.
Yeah, no. No, the closest thing is the whole, the train for is now departing.
Which only comes along every now and then.
Which only comes along, yeah, like when you're supposed to go to the other area.
Uh-huh.
It dropped me out here.
I guess you'll find the place soon enough.
Like, this is another thing that old games would do a lot. And It's just like, here's the world, find the place, or find the thing.
Yeah. There's this old DOS game called Exile. It's a series. There are 3 of them, I think. And they're like Skyrim before Skyrim, and you can do anything and explore anywhere. And, oh my god, there's so much to explore, and there's so much bullshit you have to get past. And if you don't know something, it can kill you horribly. And it can lock things out, like destroy towns and stuff like that, because there's actually an in-game timer. Every time you take a step, time passes, and sometimes things happen after a certain amount of time passes. Yeah, the game is unforgiving as shit. But yeah, old games were like that.
There's a map feature that I haven't been using.
Yeah?
City Hall. That goes to the station.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you where you need to be. It just tells you where everything is.
Maybe over by the casino, because we haven't been over there yet.
Okay, give it a shot.
Yeah. But, like, look at the Elder Scrolls games, not just Skyrim.
Yeah.
Everyone got started with Morrowind, or at least, like, a lot of people got started with Morrowind, because that was what gets the most hype.
Where you can permanently fuck up everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's that. But if you go back to the one...
Oh, man.
Found it.
Where can she be?
Ah! Sonic! Help!
I guess she did get kidnapped.
Yep. Oh, that's where that soundbite comes from.
I'll cut him off at the Mystic Ruins.
Because apparently this planet only has, like, 4 locations.
Yeah. So, Elder Scrolls, Morrowind.
Yeah. If you go back to Hammerfall, the one that came before it, it is, like, super huge. It's like 3 times the size of Morrowind, and the big hype on Morrowind was, look at how big the world is.
Yeah.
That's because it's using a lot simpler graphics, so it's not as difficult to render.
Right, of course.
By the way, I fucking love Morrowind. Oblivion, a bit of a disappointment. Skyrim, for as cool as it is, it's like, it kind of is a step back in my mind from Morrowind.
Yeah.
Because Morrowind was this, like, crazy, weird desert mushroom place. And the beast people had the digigrade legs. Those are the legs bent backwards for people that don't know what I'm talking about.
People who aren't furries and who all know that kind of thing.
Yeah,
for some reason.
It's like the beast people look like beast people and have a more bestial stance.
Yeah.
And they can't use closed face helmets or boots because they won't fit their weird animal faces or their weird animal legs. Which is, like, really cool.
Yeah, you don't see that in the other Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, and the other ones, it's like, it's the human model with, like, a different texture and a different face.
Like, even the Argonians with the slightly longer snouts, they don't really change much when you put a helmet on them.
Yeah, and they just, like, cram your face in there.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, it's just like, just shove it all in there.
Yep. Yeah, Skyrim kind of bothered me a little bit because the whole world is pretty much the same. It's either plains/mountains-ish or snow.
Yeah.
And, like, there's probably more that I haven't explored yet because I've only put in 100 hours. But
I'm not gonna lie, there really isn't that much more.
Yeah. And that bothered me, because even Oblivion had, like, a lot of variation in its terrain.
And you can go into Oblivion,
This is
Yeah.
the ancient light.
and it's like, oh, you're in hell.
Try the
Yeah,
light
pretty
speed
much.
dash toward the enemy.
Although all of
With
those
this,
look the same,
you can
too.
now
Oh,
do
yeah.
the light speed attack.
Lightspeed attack.
Ooh.
I knew a Sonic fan character named Lightspeed.
Oh, jeez.
He changed his name, though, and changed his character to a fox, which is better, I think, because at least it's not a fan character.
Yeah. Anyone I know?
I think it's because he grew up. He's in our circles.
Oh, okay.
He had a white hedgehog character with Wolverine claws, which was like, you could tell he was like 16 at the time or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, kids, if you're listening and you have a Sonic fan character, don't tell us.
It's
we don't
not
care.
original.
We don't. It's
Yeah.
like, but no.
No matter how many accessories you put on it, it doesn't make it original.
Yeah, like, if you have it and you enjoy it, but
Yeah.
don't tell us, and no, it's
really,
not.
we don't care. We've seen everything.
Yeah, like, you're gonna look back on this in, like, 3 years and go, oh, God.
What was I thinking?
And, no, do it and love it now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't look back on your life at any point and go, oh, God, what was I thinking, then you missed out.
Yeah, or you're, like, doing things wrong and you aren't advancing in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, you're either in the situation where it's like, you're not conscious of the oh God situations, or you never really made those mistakes. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, no regrets. It's like, no, have regrets.
Yeah.
Regrets are amazing.
Regrets are kind of half the point of living.
Yeah. It's like, make the mistakes so you know to make the mistakes.
Yep.
That's not, carte blanche to ignore advice from other people
Right.
who have made these mistakes before. Because I'm not
Although
gonna lie.
everybody does that anyway.
Yeah,
but you
like-
shouldn't.
You're going to, but try to avoid it.
Yeah.
Try to avoid it where you can. Like, if somebody's giving you crap for something, like, are they giving you crap because they're hating on it? Or are they giving you crap because they made that very same mistake and they don't want you to do the same thing?
Right. I like how we just automatically assume that all Sonic fan characters are mistakes. Because I have yet to see one that wasn't.
Yeah, well, it's like, some people are like, you shouldn't judge and you shouldn't, like, jump to conclusions. There's a couple of conclusions that are pretty easy.
Well, they're safe. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. There's almost never 100% anything. But you can get a 99% chance most of the time on some things.
Well, what is the saying? If you hear hoofbeats, look for horses, not zebras?
Yeah.
It's like 99 out of 100 Sonic fan characters are probably not that great,
Yep.
but just because there's one that's really cool probably doesn't mean that one is yours. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, and not just to shit on the Sonic fan characters, but fan characters in general, they're usually not that wonderful.
Yeah.
Like My Little Pony, Pokemon, all these other, like, even Klonoa, like, there are very few of them, but none of them are interesting.
Yeah. Well, this is the distinction I tend to pull between different, franchise kind of fan characters.
Uh-huh.
You have the franchise where it's very clearly, here is the main character, this character is the savior of the world, and this
Yes.
character is special.
Yeah.
That's what your Sonic is.
Yep.
And then you have, like, this is the world, the main character you see is just kind of having adventures in it.
Yeah.
And
those are a little better.
Yeah, that's where the Pokemons lie. That's like the Pokemons. A lot of the modern Digimon stuff is more that, especially in the video games.
Yeah.
Where it's like you happen to be the guy in the games where it's like you're there and you save the world, but it's more because you happen to be there at the time.
Right.
It's not that you're anything particularly special.
Yeah.
Like
You're just the one with the get up and go attitude.
Yeah. Or not even the get up the go, just right place, right time.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the old Pokemon games really felt like, where it's like, you happen to be there.
That's true, yeah.
And it's like you
Old
happen-
Team Rocket stuff is like, well, I'm glad I came here.
Yeah.
Save this little dude.
Like, this is one of the things that bothers me about the more modern Pokemon games, where they have the whole, you're the destined one, or you're special, or...
Yeah.
It's like, no. Make it so you're not... I know it sounds really bad to say this, but teach people you're not special.
Mm-hmm.
But that is more amazing to me, because if you're not special and you do something amazing...
Yeah, you do it by your own merits, not because of your birth or whatever.
Yeah. Like, you're not the chosen one. You're not something special. You're not this great mystical predestined. Oh Jesus!
I'm not gonna make that.
Nope. You're not this mystical, amazing, the be-all, end-all. You're just somebody who happened to be there, and you did it.
Yep. Yeah, that was like the one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit. I recently finished Pokemon White, which is how far behind I am. But like, just suddenly they decide that for some reason you're the hero and this Pokemon's going to listen to you for some reason. It's like, why are you special other than being the main character?
Yeah.
Like, you got out just like every other 10-year-old. Well, I guess you're like 15 or 14 or something like that.
Maybe
But-
that's what makes you special. You're older than most of the others.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, oh, you're almost an adult, and you're just now starting your adventure.
Yeah.
There must be something amazing about you.
But like the only thing special about your character that you do, other than like the battles themselves, is you say yes or no to certain things. Like that's the only thing that separates your character from anyone else who just goes around to the gyms and stuff.
Oh, hold on. Ow.
Uh-oh.
Nope, too late. It's rising. I saw, like, prisoners.
Oh, well,
Who-
I guess they died.
Yeah, have now died horrible, painful deaths. And, like, yeah, I guess they died horrible, painful deaths.
Okay.
Because there are tombstones fucking everywhere.
Yep. Whatever, we're Sonic.
Like, oh.
What do
They're,
you...
they're ghosts.
Yeah, they're like
They're
mummies.
ghost prisoners.
Yeah.
Or the ghosts of prison outfits.
Yeah.
Not even prisoners in out. That's weird.
That's a little bizarre.
And I think that's a half-baked idea.
Yeah.
Oh no, half-baked idea, it's not a thing. But yeah, like... Ah, god damn it, we're gonna do it again. But Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I know, everyone, I know. That's
This is kind of Mage's thing.
Yeah, shut up. This is a thing that you're gonna notice a lot about me, where I get on one thing, I get really obsessed about it, and then I move on to something else later on down the line.
Yeah.
It's how I am, and I think it's the coolest thing. Right now, it's Dark Souls and JoJo, and
Yeah.
JoJo, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
But
well, for you, like, it's probably a benefit for this show because you get passionate about things.
Oh my god!
And I don't.
Yeah, but getting back to my point.
Yeah.
At the start, it's like, you are the chosen undead. You are the fated. And then as you play, you realize that there's been like 80, at least, chosens. And it's like, the people telling you this are lying to you. They're
Yeah.
filling your head with all these ideas of grandeur. And this is actually one of my favorite interpretations of prophecies. Where it's like, we're going to tell... Like, half of the prophecy is just the practical side of this is how this has to be done. Like, it's nothing particularly mystical or magical. It's just, this is the functionality of this, and somebody is going to do these things. And then we're going to tell it to fucking everyone.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell them that you're the chosen one. And then, like, if they fail, it's like, oh, I guess we were wrong and that wasn't the chosen one. Not that the prophecy was wrong, but we just got the wrong person. And that's what that is. It's just, they're lying to you, and they're filling your head with all of these, like, delusions of grandeur.
Yeah. So,
and it's great.
Okay, spoilers for Lego Movie. Skip ahead, like, I don't know.
To this time code.
Yeah.
We'll put it at this time code.
Or we could just say half a minute, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, in the Lego Movie, it actually pulls shit like that, too. Because there's this wise sage guy played by Morgan Freeman, and he tells this prophecy about the special. Turns out, prophecy wasn't true. He just totally made it up because he wanted people to, like, get called to action. So it's kind of the same thing. Okay, and spoilers.
I fucking love shit like that.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of acknowledging the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
But, like... Okay, a lot of people... Not a lot of people. A lot of times when I was in college, I was asked to define what is fantasy and what is science fiction.
Yeah.
Like, even to my professors, and this wasn't a, like, exercise, they were honestly like, what is the difference? And it took me a while to think this out. But I think the best way to put it, fantasy is metaphor made literal.
Okay, yeah.
Science fiction is more of a question of what if.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, a lot of people like, oh, if you're knights in shining armor and there's magic, it's fantasy. Not necessarily. Or if it's like, if it's in space, it has to be science fiction. It's like, these are really superficial elements.
Yeah.
People don't get caught up on superficial elements. They're usually not what's important.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people say Star Wars is science fiction because it's in space.
No.
And then a lot of other people are like, no, it's not.
It's science fantasy is the term that's usually used for it.
Yeah, and then a lot of people will go, well, what's the difference?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's the difference. Science fiction is grounded in some degree of science.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be correct science, but the kind of core kernel of it is, with the science we have today, let's take that to an extreme and see what would happen.
Yeah.
And then from there, see, like, how would society change? How would things be different from they are today if this?
Yep.
Well, fantasy, good, like, high literature fantasy, is let's take this metaphor and make it a literal thing.
Right. We're telling a story.
Yeah.
And we're using a metaphor to do it. And the whole story is a metaphor.
Yeah, so it's almost parable.
Yep.
Like, the easiest example I can use, and I'm not citing any specific thing as an example, just kind of a concept. Like, imagine a piece that's talking about, like, difference in class, okay? Like, the divide between the rich and the poor. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Make the rich literal gods. Like, to describe the gap between them.
Uh-huh.
And then the main character, like, is on this quest of ascension or something like that. Or there's, like, some mystical thing where it's like, oh, you can become a god if you do this.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, everyone thinks they can do it, but the sad secret of it is the gods will select, like, maybe one person every X amount of ridiculous time.
Right.
Just to kind of string people along, but in reality, it's like,
Give
no,
them that hope
you
and-
can't.
Yep.
And it's kind of that myth of anyone can be rich. It's like, no. Like,
Not everyone is given that opportunity.
What's that?
There's no landing gear in this mode.
yeah, sometimes if you're really, really smart, and you're in the right place in the right time, and you have the right idea, and you meet the right people, like, yeah, but like, there's a lot of things that have to come together.
This thing is
Yeah.
really huge.
And a lot of the time, the metaphorical gods are actively trying to
talk
keep
now.
you
We
from
need to find
ascending
Eve.
to their level.
Yeah.
You're right, my friend. So here we go.
Oh, God, that
I mean,
face.
not to be totally down on the rich, because most rich people are fine. It's just some of them are rich because they got that way through just destroying the
Don't get
competition.
too many ideas,
Yeah.
you fools.
There are some assholes out there.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the
And unfortunately, a lot of them have power.
That's how they get and keep the power.
Yep.
Get a load of this.
Yeah, this is some great conversation for fucking Sonic.
Yeah.